There is a tree growing along the riverbanks of the American Midwest right now, with bark that contains a compound so effective at easing discomfort, it served as the original blueprint for one of the most common over-the-counter pills in your medicine cabinet today. For centuries, Native American healers used it to soothe aching joints, in cooling fevers, long before modern labs existed. And chances are, if you're over 60, you've been told that your wear and tear is just an inevitable part of aging. But what if the solutions we've been looking for aren't found in a laboratory, but were actually discovered centuries ago by the people who walked this land before us? Stick around, because number 14 on our list is an Appalachian root so rare and powerful that researchers are currently studying its ability to shield the aging brain from cognitive decline. As we cross the threshold of 60, our bodies begin to communicate with us in a different language. It's the language of morning stiffness, a slightly slower recovery after a walk, or perhaps a heart that needs a little more support than it used to. For generations, the indigenous peoples of North America, from the Cherokee in the east to the Navajo in the west, viewed health not as the absence of disease, but as a state of harmony with the natural world. They didn't have pharmacies, they had the forest, the plains, and the desert. They understood that for every ailment the body experiences, nature provides a balancing element. Today, modern science is finally catching up. Researchers are looking at these ancient botanical traditions through the lens of biochemistry, finding that many of these folk remedies are packed with complex alkaloids, polyphenols, and anti-inflammatory agents that specifically target the issues we face as we age. Whether it's supporting cardiovascular health, maintaining flexible joints, or keeping our digestive systems resilient, these 20 herbs represent a bridge between ancestral wisdom and modern longevity. And that brings us to the first one on our list, and it might be the most surprising of all, because most of us have walked past it 1,000 times without a second thought. Number 1 is white willow bark. If you've ever felt that dull, persistent ache in your knees or lower back after a day in the garden, you're experiencing what the Salish and Delaware tribes addressed with the inner bark of the willow tree. They would strip the bark, dry it, and brew it into a bitter tea to break a fever or calm the fire in the joints. Modern science has identified the secret weapon inside this bark, a compound called salicin. When you ingest salicin, your body naturally converts it into salicylic acid. This is the very substance that inspired the creation of synthetic aspirin in the late 1800s. However, unlike synthetic alternatives, white willow bark contains a complex blend of flavonoids and beneficial plant compounds that may be gentler on the stomach lining while providing long-lasting relief. For someone over 60 looking to maintain an active lifestyle without relying on synthetic pills, a standardized willow bark extract or tea can be a steady companion for joint comfort. But this next one might surprise you even more, especially if you've ever considered it a nuisance in your yard.
Number 2 is the stinging nettle. Most people know this plant only for the sharp bite it gives you if you brush against it in the woods. But Native American tribes, including the Lakota, knew that once you dried or cooked this plant, the sting disappeared, leaving behind one of the most nutrient-dense superfoods on the planet. For those of us over 60, nettle is a powerhouse for 2 specific reasons. First, it's incredibly high in silica and magnesium, which are vital for maintaining bone density. Second, modern studies suggest that nettle root may support prostate health in men by helping to maintain healthy urinary flow. It has a rich, earthy taste, similar to spinach but deeper. Many people enjoy it as a nourishing tea or even a soup. It's like a multivitamin grown in the wild, specifically designed to mineralize a body that's seen many decades of life. Now, we're going to move from the damp woods to the high deserts of the Southwest for number 3, the prickly pear cactus, or nopal. The Pima and Papago tribes have used the pads and the fruit of this cactus for centuries, not just for food, but as a medicine for the sweet blood, what we now know as blood sugar imbalances. As we age, our insulin sensitivity often decreases, making blood sugar management a top priority. Modern clinical trials have shown that the high fiber and unique antioxidants in prickly pear can help slow the absorption of sugar in the digestive tract. The fruit is a vibrant, deep magenta, tasting like a cross between a watermelon and a bubblegum, while the pads are savory and succulent. You can find nopal at many grocery stores now, and adding it to your diet is a delicious way to support metabolic health and provide a massive dose of vitamin C to your immune system. If you think that's impressive, wait until you hear about number 4, which targets a concern nearly every man over 60 thinks about. Number 4 is saw palmetto. This small palm tree grows primarily in the southeast, and the Seminole tribe used its berries as a staple food and a medicine for urinary issues. Today, saw palmetto is one of the most well-researched herbs in the world for supporting the prostate. As men age, the prostate often enlarges, leading to those frequent, frustrating trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Modern science suggests that the fatty acids in saw palmetto berries may help inhibit the enzyme responsible for converting testosterone into DHT, the hormone that causes prostate growth. It's widely available as a supplement, and for many, it represents a natural way to regain a sense of normalcy and get a better night's sleep. But health over 60 isn't just about physical mechanics, it's about the internal environment of the gut. That leads us to number 5, black walnut. The Cherokee and Iroquois used the hulls of the black walnut to treat skin issues and digestive upsets. The secret lies in a compound called juglone. Modern research has shown that juglone has potent antifungal and antimicrobial properties. As we get older, our gut microbiome can become less resilient, sometimes allowing bad actors to take over. Black walnut acts as a gentle cleanser for the digestive tract. The hulls are incredibly dark and staining, a sign of their potent tannins, and are typically taken as a tincture for a short period to help rebalance the internal flora and support clear, healthy skin from the inside out. And here is where things get really interesting. Have you ever noticed a tall, fuzzy-leafed plant with a spike of yellow flowers growing by the roadside?
That's number 6, mullein. Native American tribes referred to it as the flannel leaf because of its soft, velvety texture. They would often smoke the dried leaves or brew them into tea to open the pipes. For anyone over 60 who has dealt with seasonal congestion or the lingering effects of environmental pollutants, mullein is a godsend for the lungs. It contains mucilage, which creates a soothing film over the respiratory membranes, and saponins, which help break up stagnant mucus. When you drink a warm cup of mullein tea, you can almost feel your lungs relaxing. It's a gentle, non-stimulating way to support deep, easy breathing as the years go by. Moving from the lungs to the digestive lining, number 7 is slippery elm. This tree is native to North America, and its inner bark was a survival food and medicine for the Iroquois and other eastern tribes. When the inner bark is mixed with water, it creates a thick, soothing gel. Think of it as a natural liquid bandage for your esophagus and stomach. Many people over 60 struggle with occasional acid reflux or leaky gut issues. Slippery elm coats the digestive tract, protecting it from irritation and allowing the delicate tissues to recover. It has a mild, slightly sweet maple-like flavor and can be taken as a powder mixed into a slurry or in lozenge form. It's a beautiful example of how nature provides a physical barrier to help the body heal itself. Now, I promised to tell you about the herbs that are changing the way we look at the immune system, and number 8 is a giant in that field, echinacea, or the purple coneflower. While many people take echinacea today at the first sign of a sniffle, the Great Plains tribes like the Cheyenne and Pawnee used it for much more, including snake bites and deep infections. Modern science has confirmed that echinacea contains complex polysaccharides that actually prime your white blood cells, making them more efficient at seeking out and neutralizing threats. For those over 60 whose immune systems might not respond as quickly as they once did, having a bottle of echinacea tincture on hand is like having a well-trained security detail for your health. The key is to look for alkylamides. That's the stuff that makes your tongue tingle when you take it. That tingle is the sign of high-quality medicine. But if echinacea is the security detail, number 9 is the deep-acting tonic. I'm talking about elderberry. The use of the American elderberry dates back centuries, with tribes using the berries, flowers, and even the bark. The berries are a deep, dark purple, almost black, which tells you they are loaded with anthocyanins. These are the same antioxidants found in blueberries, but in much higher concentrations. In clinical studies, elderberry has been shown to reduce the duration of seasonal challenges by preventing viruses from entering human cells. For the 60-plus demographic, keeping a jar of elderberry syrup in the fridge is a delicious, time-tested way to keep your defenses high during the winter months. We're about halfway through our list, and the next few are specifically for the heart and the mind, the two areas we care about most as we age. But before we get there, let's look at number 10, passion flower. This intricate, alien-looking flower was used by the Algonquian people as a sedative and a way to calm the spinning mind. As we age, sleep can become more elusive, and anxiety about health or family can keep us awake at 3 a.m. Passion flower works by increasing levels of GABA in the brain, a neurotransmitter that lowers brain activity and helps you relax. Unlike pharmaceutical sleep aids, it doesn't leave you feeling groggy the next morning. It's a gentle off switch for the nervous system, allowing for the deep, restorative sleep that is so vital for cellular repair after 60.
Now, let's talk about the heart. Number 11 is hawthorn. While hawthorn grows in Europe, the native varieties in North America were used extensively by tribes for heart pain and weakness of the spirit. Modern cardiology has taken a keen interest in hawthorn berries and flowers. They are rich in oligomeric procyanidins, which help dilate the blood vessels, improving circulation and reducing the workload on the heart.
For someone over 60, hawthorn is often called the cardiac nurse. It doesn't force the heart to do anything, it simply helps it work more efficiently. Whether it's supporting healthy blood pressure or just ensuring that oxygen-rich blood reaches your fingers and toes, hawthorn is the premier herb for the aging cardiovascular system. Speaking of circulation, let's look at number 12, yarrow. You'll recognize yarrow by its feathery leaves and umbrella-like clusters of white flowers. The Navajo and Cherokee used it to stop bleeding and to move stuck blood. Scientifically, yarrow is fascinating because it's an amphoteric herb, meaning it can move the body towards balance in two different directions. It can help stop external bleeding, but when taken as a tea, it improves peripheral circulation, helping to warm cold hands and feet. For those over 60, it's also a wonderful digestive bitter that helps the liver process fats more effectively. It has a sharp medicinal scent. Crush a leaf between your fingers and you'll smell the strength of the volatile oils. But this next herb has been hiding in plain sight for centuries, often overlooked because it's so common. Number 13 is goldenseal. This plant was so highly valued by the Cherokee that they used its yellow root as a brilliant dye and a potent medicine for the eyes and skin. The secret to goldenseal is berberine. If you follow health news, you've likely heard of berberine recently. It's being called nature's metabolic regulator. It helps the body's cells use insulin more effectively and supports a healthy inflammatory response. Because goldenseal was over-harvested in the wild for years, it's now a precious resource. Using a small amount of sustainably grown goldenseal can help reset the digestive lining and support healthy blood sugar levels, making it a powerful ally for longevity. And here's the one I've been waiting to tell you about. Number 14 is American ginseng. While most people think of ginseng as coming from Asia, American ginseng is a distinct species that grows in the cool, shaded forests of the Appalachian Mountains. Native tribes like the Iroquois called it the little man because of the root's human-like shape. In the world of herbalism, this is an adaptogen. It helps your body adapt to stress, whether that's physical, emotional, or environmental. But here is why it's vital for those over 60. Recent studies suggest that American ginseng may significantly improve working memory and cognitive clarity. Unlike its Asian cousin, which can be very stimulating, American ginseng is cooling and grounding. It provides a steady, calm energy and helps protect the brain from the oxidative stress that leads to senior moments. It is truly one of the most precious medicines on the North American continent. As we move into the final third of our list, we're looking at herbs that handle the wear and tear of a life well lived. Number 15 is California poppy. Don't worry, it's not the same as the opium poppy. It's a much gentler, non-addictive relative that the tribes of the West Coast used for toothaches and headaches. For those over 60 who deal with chronic discomfort but want to avoid the risks associated with heavy pain medications, California poppy offers a middle ground. It helps lower the volume on pain signals in the nervous system. It's particularly effective when discomfort makes it hard to fall asleep. It's a beautiful golden orange flower that represents the restorative peace of the Pacific sun.
Number 16 brings us back to the fields with red clover. While many see it as just cattle feed, Native American women used red clover for balancing the waters of the body. Modern science has found that red clover is one of the richest sources of isoflavones, plant-based compounds that mimic some of the beneficial effects of estrogen. For women over 60, this can be incredibly helpful for maintaining bone density and supporting heart health post-menopause. For men, research suggests it may also play a role in prostate health. It's a gentle, nutritive tea that tastes like sweet hay and provides a steady stream of minerals to the blood. Now, if you've ever struggled with kidney or urinary tract issues, number 17 is for you, juniper berry. These are the small bluish berries, actually cones, found on juniper trees across the high plains. Tribes like the Zuni use them to support the kidneys and to cleanse the pipes. Juniper is a powerful diuretic, meaning it helps the body flush out excess water and uric acid. This is particularly relevant for those over 60 who might experience swelling in the ankles or the discomfort of gout. However, juniper is strong medicine. You only need a few berries or a small amount of tincture to stimulate the kidneys and help the body maintain its fluid balance. Moving to number 18, we have evening primrose. This plant's flowers bloom only at night, and the Ojibwe use the entire plant for bruises and skin irritations. Today, we extract the oil from the seeds, which is incredibly high in gamma-linolenic acid, or GLA. As we age, our skin often becomes thinner and drier because our bodies become less efficient at producing the fatty acids that maintain the skin barrier. Evening primrose oil, taken internally or applied topically, helps restore that moisture from the inside out. It's also been studied for its ability to reduce the nerve pain or neuropathy that sometimes accompanies blood sugar issues in older adults. We're coming down to our final two, and these are perhaps the most famous common herbs that we've forgotten how to use properly. Number 19 is wild yam. In the mid-20th century, scientists used the wild yam found in the American South to first synthesize hormones in the lab. But long before that, the Choctaw and Chickasaw used it to treat colic and muscle spasms. For people over 60, wild yam is a fantastic antispasmodic. Whether it's a crick in the neck or digestive cramping, wild yam helps the smooth muscles of the body relax. It contains a compound called diogenin, which researchers are now studying for its potential to support healthy cholesterol levels. It's a reminder that the raw materials for our most advanced medicines have been growing in the woods all along. And finally, number 20, the herb for wisdom and memory, sage. While we use it in Thanksgiving stuffing today, the indigenous people of North America have always viewed sage as a sacred purifier for both the environment and the body. Beyond its spiritual use, modern science has discovered that sage is a potent inhibitor of the enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine, a key neurotransmitter involved in memory and focus. In clinical trials, even a single dose of sage extract was shown to improve memory performance in older adults. It's also one of the best herbs for drying up excessive perspiration or night sweats. A simple cup of sage tea, with its pungent, clearing aroma, is like a tonic for the aging mind, helping to keep our thoughts sharp and our focus clear as we navigate our 60s, 70s, and beyond.
These 20 herbs are more than just plants. They are a legacy. They represent a time when humans were deeply tuned into the rhythms of the earth and the needs of their own bodies. For those of us over 60, rediscovering these Native American healing traditions isn't just about fixing a problem. It's about reclaiming our roles as elders who are vibrant, resilient, and connected to the natural world. Modern medicine has given us incredible tools, but it often focuses on the what. What symptom are we treating? These ancestral herbs ask the how. How can we support the body so it can return to its natural state of balance? By integrating the wisdom of the white willow, the strength of the American ginseng, and the heart-centered support of the hawthorn, we aren't just aging, we are ripening. Remember, the journey to health after 60 isn't about trying to be 20 again. It's about being the most powerful, healthy, and wise version of who you are right now. The forest has been waiting to help you. The plants are still there, growing in the riverbanks, the plains, and maybe even your own backyard. It's time we started listening to what they have to say again. Take these lessons, consult with your healthcare provider to ensure they fit your personal needs, and begin your own journey of rediscovery. Nature has a way of providing exactly what we need, exactly when we need it. All we have to do is reach out and take it.